Hello, hello, hello. First of all, I need to apologise for not being with you yesterday afternoon. I don't know what happened yesterday. Sadly, the clock was not my friend. It was just one crazy thing after another. I had people turning up that I didn't expect to see. I had last minute panic orders coming in from clients, so I just never got to you. But here I am now with the soap rebatch as promised. Now you can see in here, this is a very pale grey blue white that I'm going to use for the top part of the rebatch soap. And then this one here, this is my fragrance oil, because obviously with a rebatch we need to use fragrance oil. And this one is eucalyptus, nice winter type smell. And in here I've got a mid blue. The white that you can see on the top is a little bit of titanium dioxide because I wanted to lighten the blue that was in there. Okay, so they're the colours and the fragrance. Move them to one side. And here is my rebatch soap. Now, as you can see, it's a bit of a greeny type colour. That's because I had a combination of green, blue and cream soaps that went in here. Now, when I started doing this at about 10 o'clock this morning, so it's been on for a little while, this pot was full up with grated soap, and into it I added 2 ladles of cold water just to help it soften down. Okay, now because we rebatch soap for generally 2 reasons. One, it's an old soap which has lost its colour or its fragrance, therefore it's obviously fully cured, which means you can treat this soap like a hot processed soap and you can use it almost instantly. You might, because it's been rebatched and had extra water put into it, want to keep it. I'm just going to put this back on the heat because it's starting to cool down. You might want to let it sit on your shelf and lose that extra little bit of water for a while before you use it. Or of course you might be rebatching because you've made a soap that you're not happy with. It might be light heavy or whatever reason. Now if that's the case, obviously it hasn't cured and you will need to allow it its normal curing time. Okay, so you can probably hear me mixing it around. So okay, so we've got the soap here. Now this soap is currently 72 degrees. It's a little bit hotter than I would usually like to put my fragrance in because, as we all know, most fragrance oils have got a flash point and you will burn off the fragrance. So we're going to add little by little, see how we go. Okay, so we'll start with a little bit on the top of the soap. Smells amazing. And give him a good mix. You can see there is a little bit of steam coming off, but he's fine. See the colour is changing slightly. I'm going to put the rest in. Make sure we get all that colour out of our jug. And you do have to work quite quickly because obviously you've got cold liquid going into a hot soap, and that does tend to make it solidify. Right, so as you can see, it hasn't completely changed the colour. I didn't want it to. It's just added that blue tinge and made it much more of a winter field. Can you see that? Okay, so I'm going to pull that over to one side. and I'm going to pull my mould in. Make sure you can see my mould there. And I'm going to put him into my mould. Give him a good shake around. Make sure we've got a nice layer of soap right across the bottom. I would say that I'm going to leave about a third of my batch in the pan. Give him a nice bash down so he's level. Clean up my sides. Obviously this is not caustic because this is soap that's already cured. Okay, so just bash him down a little bit. Make sure I'm happy with that. I'm going to set him to one side for a second. Bring back. You can see that's about a third I've left in there. Okay, I'm now going to mix in my white to lighten it up a little tiny bit. Now this white hasn't got any fragrance in it, only the colour. So that is titanium dioxide that's been mixed with a little bit of olive oil. And you can see it's just lightening it up again. So I've got a slightly different colour for my top. There you go, a bit lighter. Okay, so now probably my most popular YouTube video ever was the piping of hot soap. So I'm going to put some of my rebatch into a disposable piping bag. Okay, now obviously this soap is hot, so don't burn yourself, please. You might want to have some thermal gloves on when you do this. So I filled my piping bag. Okay, you see that? I'm going to twist, and I hope you can see what I'm doing. We start at this end, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Squidge him down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Because this soap is hot, these pipes are not as even as I would normally like them to be, because it's actually quite warm in my hand. I should have got a cloth or something to hold it with. Now there is obviously a lump, so let's try that again. 1, 1, 2, 3. Squidging it down. The last few. 1, 2, 3. 1. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Last little bit. 1, 2, 3. Okay, give him a pat down. Let's find some glitter for that. Glitter makes everything awesome. See, didn't plan that very well, did I? I should have had my glitter on hand. So, glitter, 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 where are you? A little bit of blue, I think. So I'm going to use some blue glitter just to finish off my top. Give it that wintry sparkle to go with our eucalyptus. There we go. So there we have rebatch soap, piped, glittered, new fragrance. That obviously needs to set up, and we can cut him out tomorrow. So I will come back with a cutting video so you can see how that's sliced up. Have a great day. I'll see you all soon.